And the high-profile illegal immigrant and alleged MS-13 gang member we've been hearing about for months now, the so-called Maryland Dad, is now back in ICE custody and possibly one step closer to deportation. We're going to bring in Trey Gowdy, the host of Sunday Night in America and the author of the book, The Color of Death. That comes out tomorrow. We'll have more on that in a minute here. Trey, great to see you.
You too.
So this is what Senator Van Hollen of Maryland is saying about the so-called Maryland father. He's again kind of anchored himself to him. He says, quote, "As I told Kilmar and his wife Jennifer, we will stay in this fight for justice and due process because if his rights are denied, the rights of everyone else are put at risk." So we all remember the photos from earlier this year. Senator Van Hollen flew out to El Salvador to meet with him. Then the allegations come out about the wife beating and the human trafficking. I couldn't help but notice the senator wasn't at the Maryland man's press conference in Maryland this morning. Your thoughts?
He also never, I think, bothered to contact the victims of crime, but people who are in the country unlawfully. He's kind of wed himself to the person. Look, here's where you start. Garcia is not in the country lawfully, period, full stop. The next question becomes, are there grounds for removal, and if so, to what country? But we ought to just stop and celebrate the fact that that guy's in a country that actually believes in due process for everyone, not just for citizens. So he's going to be deported. The judge said not to El Salvador, but the judge didn't say not to Uganda, not to Rwanda, not to Cambodia. So he's going to be deported. And whether he's a gang member or not, you don't have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. You just have to prove he's a guest. You can ask a guest to leave your home. You don't have to prove that you stole some silverware. Just say it's time to go.
One of the things that you also understand, aside from the law, is politics. And if you look at this collection of quotes from Democrats, they are all rallying behind him. Watch.
This is, Eugene, all a part of the administration's efforts to dehumanize immigrants, and they can be discarded anywhere.
They're really, what they're trying to do is send a message to anybody who's going to challenge them, either in the courts or on the streets or politically. And people need to be careful, because if it starts with him.
When we look at what's happened in this situation, it's the president manipulating the fact that we have a very broken immigration system.
Well, we do have a broken immigration system. I would agree with that. However, it is interesting the people they decide to rally behind. And I think it's hurting the cause for legal immigration and trying to get that improved by rallying behind Abrego.
I did something last month. I went to a naturalization ceremony in federal court, and it is one of the most moving things in the world to see people who did it the right way take this oath. But the oath mentions the law 5 times. So that's what knits us together as a country. Garcia came here unlawfully. I mean, people just skip over that part. So you're going to be removed. Our country is so good, we say we're not going to send you back to a country where you think you're in fear for your life, but we're going to send you somewhere. This notion that we're going to use him as some kind of sympathetic victim, I'll run Laken Riley versus Kilmar Abrego Garcia anytime, and we'll see what the voters think.
Yeah, and while we got you here, I want to get your thoughts on the ongoing Russiagate probe. One of your former colleagues, Devin Nunes, was on Fox News this weekend, and he's essentially saying that there are a whole lot of people out there who could be caught up in this thing. Let's take a listen.
The House Intelligence Committee made numerous criminal referrals back in 17 and 18, 19, 20. I don't know what happened to those. They're starting to actually find this information, release this information out to the public. You can start to begin to put the pieces together to what I know was a grand conspiracy. The victim here is President Trump. And hopefully, after all this information is laid out, you'll begin to see the people who abused their power and see the people that broke the law.
So do you think there's a lot of nervous people out there wondering what this probe is going to uncover?
There should be, and Devin Nunes was the very first person. I was on the committee he just made reference to. I'd been on it for about a week when he came and said, I want you to investigate Russia. Devin took a lot of spears and arrows from the media, but he wound up being vindicated. And when he refers to other people, but you got to keep in mind, we were not meeting with Jim Comey by the time I got on the committee. We were meeting with the new FBI director, the people that President Trump had picked to put in positions of responsibility, and we either got stonewalled or we got misled. Those were the two options. So Devin's point is, you got Kash Patel and John Lee Ratcliffe right now. How about we take another run? Because the old crowd, the crowd that he hired the first time, didn't help us at all.
Okay, I've been waiting for this day. I had it on my calendar. Your book, The Color of Death, it is a Fox book, the first novel that Fox has produced and published. I loved it. It's a page turner. If you are going to the beach, you want to get a present for somebody, this is a page turner. You can finish it quickly. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Nervous, relieved, and grateful to you and to Suzanne Scott. And I mentioned you in the end because you helped give me the confidence to write this. I want people to know what it's like to be a homicide prosecutor. I mean, I did it for 20 years. And if you are interested in homicide crime from start until the courtroom lights go dim, this book gives you a driver's seat. And it's fiction, but trust me, Dana and Bill, I lived it. I lived it for 2 decades. And
well, that's one of the things that I loved about it, is that you shine through in a way with the credibility that a book like this needs and deserves. And so congratulations.
Well,
I look
thank
forward
you.
to this big debut. Congrats.
Thank you. And
Out
thank
tomorrow.
you for your,
Out tomorrow, right?
out tomorrow, and thank Dana Perino for giving me the confidence for doing it.
Stop it. But stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.